So, your story is the most significant aspect of your life. It's the key to your success in academic and professional life. Each of you has something that makes you unique, whether that be artistic talents, musical taste, creativity, athleticism, comedy, or just the fact you accept yourself as you are. These are all qualities that are often eschewed for the American ideals of leadership, individualism, or innovation. All these traits are loaded words, filled with ambiguities and cliches. If you can pen a story of your life to fit frequently used characteristics like these, you can persuade anyone to trust you in a professional, academic, or personal setting. These are the experiences that make each of you individuals. If any of you have family in another country, you have a unique worldview based on these relationships. If you have traveled to different parts of the world, even different states in this country, you have an irreplaceable perspective. If you have a passion for helping others, your individual contribution is different from anyone else's. Your work experience, even if you may consider it unimportant or just a stepping stone to your future career, has fundamentally shaped who you are. I know I'd be a completely different person if I didn't hold the many jobs I've held and continue to hold. Ultimately, a graduate program wants to see that you have the foundation set for further study in a specific academic context. They are not looking for finished products. You should present a sort of half-baked formulation of intellectual capacity, arguing that whatever school you're applying to will help complete this process. To convince them there are ways to spin everything that makes you an individual outside of school into a marketable skill, ability, or outlook that can be desirable to companies, scholarships, universities, and most importantly, yourself. So with this in mind, upward mobility is tough when it concerns economic matters, because let's face it, the cards are stacked against us. And that's coming from a white, middle-class, union carpenter and Ivy League student, arguably one of the most privileged people in this country and the world. Contrarily, upward mobility in education is one of the few avenues to success that remains a viable option for almost everyone, if they have the scholastic aptitude. As I said before, your story is what will make you stick out in your graduate school or scholarship applications. Your unique life experiences is what defines you as a person. You have what it takes to compete with quote-unquote top students in the country at upper tier and Ivy League institutions, because I've seen what those students look like firsthand. And honestly, they're not half as exciting, motivated, or dedicated as you guys are. Not to mention, we have so many ridiculously smart students here at Old Westbury. I urge you all to adhere to a credo of constant vigilance, looking for research and professional opportunities at Old Westbury and at neighboring universities and institutions. I implore you to spend your summers applying to research positions, professional internships, jobs, and doing independent research. I advocate an unencumbered embrace of education as your apprenticeship to social, political, and economic change. I encourage all of you to live out your dreams and your varied definitions of success, because each of you have something to offer the world. But ultimately, you need to look to others for help. In achieving any goal, everyone needs help. The American dream and the rugged individualism that forms an ideology of pulling oneself up by their bootstraps is not conducive to real success. Your role models and mine have all needed help along the way. Athletes need coaches, students need teachers, teachers need students, and apprentices need journeymen. Seeking mentors is the single most important part of growth and development. You need to find like-minded people and ambitious people who are knowledgeable about the areas that you do not know. It's clear you don't need to further augment what you do know. No one knows everything. So as a hip-hop head, I'll return to Immortal Technique, who said, the greatest flaw that any intelligent person has is to think that they're smarter than anyone else. To know what you do not know is the first step to understanding that you need help with those matters. Mentors are there to bolster your understanding of the world that you do not know, but also to supplement your perspective of the subjects that you do know. You should look to professors, teachers, professionals, advisors, coaches, role models, and your peers to answer your questions and to guide you through the tumultuous and adventurous excursion that is life. I was not one of the best students in the Honors College. I know students who studied more than me, got better grades, got better internships, and participated in more extracurricular activities than I did. That is true to this day. I also know that for many of you, the first-generation college graduates, I had access to resources that most of you do not have. I have a mother who got her PhD in applied pharmaceutics at Purdue University, and a sister who recently got her Master's of Public Health degree at Johns Hopkins University. I have two people who are close to me who helped me through the arduous and tedious journey that was graduate applications in the fall of 2014. I also sought the help of several professors in the sociology department, including Dr. Blackstone, Dr. Eichler, Dr. Heller, Dr. Heller I didn't even take a class with, and Dr. Zwerman. Even with these 6 people behind me, I went further and constantly badgered Dr. DeLuca with questions and requests for recommendation letters. I had friends and family review my personal statement countless times before I submitted them and was working on my undergraduate thesis that same semester. A horrible decision, by the way. Without help, I would not have applied to the schools I did, nor would I even entertain the thought of applying to places like Harvard, Yale, and Columbia. Ultimately, I applied to 16 schools because I knew my chances were slim, being that I chiefly applied to PhD programs at elite universities. So granted, jumping from a bachelor's straight into a PhD is hard as is, but from jumping from Old Westbury to Harvard is an even tougher one. This is why hopefully Columbia, my tenure at Columbia will bridge that gap. So now I don't feel as much trepidation when I will be applying to a PhD at Harvard in the fall. But I littered my application with a few master's programs as backups. At the end, I was left with 12 rejections from all my PhD programs, but 4 acceptances to my master's programs at Stony Brook, NYU, the University of Chicago, and Columbia. My determination did not get me into these schools. My diversity of menial work experience did not guarantee my acceptance. I'm not better than any of you in this room. I'm not smarter, more capable, or an exception in any way. I'm human. I use my life experiences to shape a future that caters to my interests and desires. I study hip hop. I study my art, my passion, and my people. I investigate the ways that a music and culture with an unparalleled salience can have such a powerful impact on the world. I strive to link the ways that my own life as a musician, hip hop artist, MC in training, and scholar have served me as a way to attain happiness in my future endeavors. I want to help people. I want to change the world thinks. I want to change the way the world thinks. I want to encourage others to do the same. But most importantly, I want to listen to some dope beats. This is who I am. And through my work and my graduate studies, I'm paving a path to a fulfilling career where I can contribute to society in a way befitting to me. Thank you for your time.